Yo, we are back. Something new on the channel today. Mitchel Report Unleashed podcast. We're doing our first video game review for the Precinct. We got a product key brought to you by the developers of Fallen Tree Games Studio. We appreciate you. We played the game for about 2 to 3 hours. You're going to get some fresh, raw takes, all that good stuff. For the new folks that are checking out the channel, it's a podcast channel, but we're doing things a little bit differently over here. So be inclined, like, share, subscribe, check out the channel, and I appreciate y'all. Let's get to the review. So let's get right into it. Again, thank you, Fallen Tree Games, for the product code to play this game. And yo, 2 to 3 hours in, and I must say, this game is fun. There's about 12 hours of gameplay for the main story. First and foremost, it's out on Steam, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, NS, and I'll say this to you, this game is beautiful. It takes place in an 80s type of feel, like Grand Theft Auto Vice City, the music, the lighting, the concept, the design. It gives you that old school Grand Theft Auto feel, the over-the-top camera. And I'll tell you this, first and foremost, the driving in this is fun. It's action-packed, it's intense, it's in the mindset of a police officer. Even coming into the game and looking at the place where it takes place in is in Averno City, you are Nick Cordell Jr. And the biggest thing is you're after the clues and you're searching whatever happened to his dad as he was killed in the line of duty. And I'll say this right now, like just by the little bit of the missions I've started to do entering in the first part of the game, I'll say this game is fun, hands down. 9 out of 10 when it comes to fun. I know that there's going to be a lot of different things that folks may say about, oh, this is a Grand Theft Auto knockoff. Listen, it's its own fresh game. And especially with the delay that we've officially seen of Grand Theft Auto 6 not coming out till 2026, this is something that's going to end up holding us over for the next few months. And depending if the studio is going to decide to release any downloadable content. I'll first get into the shooting concept of this game. The shooting at first, when I played it, it was a little off. I was like, oh my goodness, taking cover. I know some folks saying that you can go in and you can do guns a-blazing, all that great stuff. You have to take a strategic approach when you're getting into these gun battles because I'm telling you right now, it will be a headache. And you got to make sure ammo, take cover, and know what it is you're doing. But I'm pretty sure as you get certain unlockables and you rank up, there's going to be maybe different situations that you can end up going through and whatnot. I'll say this, one of the things that I really, really enjoy is how you have to be as a mind of a police officer, right? You got to do things very strategically as far as when you're doing these missions, how you drive your car, turning on your siren, reading folks their rights for certain specifics that they're doing. If it's mugging, if it's vandalism, if it's just an all-out bank robbery, there's a lot to do in this game. And I'm telling you this right now, like you have to think of a mind of police officer. You can't just go in and think that, oh, I'm going to be able to just make things happen and we're good to go. But I'll say this to y'all, like this game is it. And you'll even see like sometimes I got kind of caught up going into the menus just to making sure, hey, I know what I'm doing as far as with the button configuration and all this. I like the concept, even the over the top with the helicopter. That was something that I felt was unique. It gives a nice, robust feeling. The controllers are not as janky as you would think when it comes to some of these other games that we play. But overall, like good experience so far, driving the car, going into the helicopter, doing the missions and all that great stuff. And I'm going to say this to y'all real quick. Like, I would love to see what Fallen Tree Games is going to do in the next couple months, if maybe per se they give us some DLC. I feel like one of the things that fans or people that are going to be playing the game may want is more of a third person Grand Theft Auto maybe type of feel. Now, there could be a chance that, with the way that these games are being scaled and modeled, we could potentially see where they give us that type of feeling. I think it would be very interesting to see that, walking around with Nick Cordell and all the different characters and the sketches and the illustrations that you have in the monologues when you're doing some of the stuff. That's a pretty neat concept. But yeah, overall, I'm enjoying the fun of this game. I'll even point out a couple things when it comes down to the lighting system and just the way how graphically it feels beautiful. You know, if you're playing on a monitor or whatever type of OLED, or, you know, some of us still have HD TVs, 4K, it's going to look beautiful as well. I'll say this, I'm over here in Canada. The price for this game right now is 39.99 Canadian on the PlayStation Store, or if you decide to get it off of Amazon, it's gonna be 49.99. I believe it's worth the price. You know, I wouldn't even shy away from that. I'm playing it based off of getting the product key, getting the code. I'm happy with this. Like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, I'm having a lot of fun. Mind you, only 2 to 3 hours in. There's a lot you gotta do as far as just, again, knowing how to work as the mind as a police officer. And when you're reading some of the criminals' rights, you got to make sure you're reading off the right rights, or you can get docked experience points. I will say that again, making sure you're paying attention to the details and listening and observing what is going on. Because I'll tell you this, if you end up doing the wrong thing, you get docked points. You have to know when you're planning on, you know, arresting somebody for when you're writing them a fine. And the other great thing is making sure you're collecting all the evidence, because I don't want to give no spoilers just yet. Evidence is going to help you with the story progression. So make sure you're paying attention when you're doing something like this. I like the game. I will tell you this right now. I'd love to see whatever DLC ends up coming out with this. And more importantly, I'll be able to first one to say this. I think this is going to be up for some sort of award nomination as we go into the rest of 2025 when it comes down to video game awards. But with that said, let me get back to this game. I hope you all having fun with this review. Me, this game is 9 out of 10. I love it. You know, there's a great concept behind it. And here's what I'll say as well. I personally believe this game will get nominated for some sort of award at some point in time before we get out of 2025. It really shows its opportunity to really give us just like that Grand Theft Auto type of feel game. And I'm having a fun time playing it. I'm giving it 9 out of 10 officially, as the Mitchel report at least can say that as the best way we can. And let's see what ends up happening. Hopefully we get some DLC or possibly a new way of a camera view or a game mode. Again, thank you for checking out the review. Like, share, subscribe, and check out all the rest of the podcast content on this channel. I appreciate y'all.